After back-to-back double-digit win seasons, a feat Missouri's only pulled off twice before in program history, many expect the Tigers to regress in 2025. But don't count out Eli Drinkwitz. He's not looking to maintain, he's aiming to elevate. So what would more look like from Mizzou this year? For starters, a third consecutive 10-win season, something never done before in program history. But Drinkwitz has his eyes on bigger prizes, the SEC championship and a spot in the expanded college football playoff. Ambitious? Sure, but after 21 wins across 2 seasons, Missouri's no longer flying under the radar. Georgia's the only team in the SEC to win more games over the last 2 years than Mizzou. One of the biggest questions is under center. With veteran Brady Cook gone, Missouri turns to a quarterback battle between Sam Horn and Penn State transfer Bo Pribula. Horn has the arm and experience in the system, but Pribula brings dual threat ability with 570 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns across the last 2 seasons, plus efficient passing numbers and limited work. The offense wasn't flashy in 2024, but it was efficient. Missouri ranked among the nation's best in time of possession at 8th, averaging nearly 33 minutes per game. They were 24th overall in offense efficiency, top 25 in turnover margin, had the 10th best completion rate, and on red zone conversions, they scored 56 of 58 trips. While they lose stars like Luther Burden and Theo Weiss, they reloaded through the portal. Mississippi State transfer Kevin Coleman is expected to be the go-to target after a 932-yard, 6-touchdown season. A former 5-star recruit out of St. Louis, Coleman is finally back in his home state and could be the engine of Mizzou's offense. His route running is razor sharp with elite burst out of cuts, and he's deceptively strong through contact. He thrived in a pass-heavy scheme at Mississippi State, but also showed vertical ability and yards after catch creativity. Expect him to play inside and out in Drinkwitz's system with a good chance to see 100+ targets and even lead the SEC in receptions. Up front, the offensive line returns key pieces and adds Wake Forest's Keegan Trost and Michigan's Dominic Giudice to bolster depth. And at running back, Ahmed Hardy joins after a breakout 1,300-yard season at University of Louisiana Monroe. The Raging Cajuns were a mess last season, but Hardy was their one-man show. Despite defenses stacking the bots, he showed elite vision, balance, and a punishing second gear. What makes him special isn't just the bot score, it's the consistency. Hardy had 8 games with 90+ rushing yards, including 3 games with over 150. He now walks into a top 30 offensive line and a much better supporting cast. Now let's talk defense. Overall, finished in the top 25 in most of the major statistical categories. They also limited opponents to 318 yards and 20 points per game. The defensive line adds Georgia transfer Damon Wilson and Appalachian State's Nate Johnson to fill the edge rusher void left by Johnny Walker. And inside, Ohio transfer Braylon Henderson joins Chris McClellan and Sterling Webb to form a formidable front. Linebacker Josiah Trotter, son of Jeremiah Trotter, a 4-time Pro Bowler and in the Philadelphia Eagles Hall of Fame, comes over from West Virginia after posting 92 tackles as a freshman and was an All-American candidate. He'll pair with Tristan Newsome, giving Mizzou one of the SEC's most athletic duos. In the secondary, safeties Marvin Burks Jr. and Dylan Carnell return, and they're joined by veteran Jalen Catalone. While the corners are less experienced, Washington State's Stephen Hall and veteran Drayden Norwood offer solid potential. Speaking of defense, Missouri's key defensive metric to watch, run defense. When giving up 200+ rushing yards, Mizzou is 1-6 since 2022. Missouri should be good enough to beat anyone on their 2025 schedule, but they still might be missing that extra gear to consistently knock off college football's true elites. The good news? Outside of Alabama, there aren't any guaranteed heavyweights standing in their way. There's no Georgia, Texas, LSU, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and even Alabama. That game is in Columbia. Odds makers, however, are expecting some aggression, projecting the Tigers' win total at just about 7.5, with bets on the under. Right now, I'm penciling the likely wins with Central Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi State, UMass, Kansas, Arkansas, and Vanderbilt. The toss-ups, I have Auburn, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Texas A&M. And likely loss, Alabama. For those counting at home, I have 7 likely wins, which is just on par with the average, with the potential in going higher. Eli Drinkwitz has built Missouri into a legitimate SEC force. With a reloaded roster, manageable schedule, and renewed belief, 2025 could be the year the Tigers go from pretty good to playoff bound. Will Mizzou make history again? Stay tuned.